you very much indeed. Thank you for that. Thank you for that introduction. I think that looking at that picture, I think like probably many people, I do need a haircut, and I'm looking forward to be able to do this. And I was really looking forward to be in Budapest. That's why I've asked to be part of this conference. Now we are doing this all from home. But I'm really glad to be invited. I'm really glad to be talking to the wider group. So we are all working from home right now. Virtually everyone is working virtually. If you just look at the numbers, and at the beginning of this few weeks that we are right now in, there was 1 million downloads of Zoom, the platform that we're watching the conference right now on. 50 million Microsoft Teams users daily, and that was just the beginning. The 800, almost 1,000% increase in Microsoft Cloud share. So virtual becomes a new normal. So with this working from home, of course that demands a new work style. So pretty much the whole architecture world and psychological world is talking about the here and now, how we can adapt to working from home. What are the work styles? What are the working hours? Make sure that we are not overstretching the working hours, the location, the ergonomics of the furniture. Embrace video interactions, that we're talking face to face, not just on calls. That's super important. Managing the noise, the kids at home, taking breaks, keeping experimenting. How we are adapting, and we've adapted very strangely. We've adapted really quickly to that. So the whole world is working. The working from home became a new normal. It became temporary new normal. So my question, and actually I'd like to invite, and I'd like to ask everyone to maybe if you can go to my Instagram and click on this little icon and tell me whether you think that the working from home will become a new normal or it will not become a new normal. So this is the sort of short survey that I would like to get from all the participants. Would be really great to hear. So my opinion, and actually I'll talk about those opinions in a moment, I don't think that it will, or at least it will not become normal to the extent that it is right now. Working constantly, not going to the office. Offices will be needed. And you think about it, not the offices that we all know, but if you look at this at the screen right now, this is Gusto, headquartered in San Francisco, that we finished last year. If you work in a space like this, you probably would be very happy to be going to the office. Maybe not every day, but to have the space like this would be very welcome. So no, I did say that this is my opinion, that probably not. And there is millions of opinions right now around the world that are not supported by fact. If they are not supported by facts, they indeed are opinions only. So we at Gensler, we are trying to use our size, and we are by far the largest design company in the world. We have offices in 50 countries, 6,000 people, lots of clients. We are working with lots of clients. So we are asking them what they think about the current situation. We are listening to them. So over the last 8 weeks, we spoke with 67,000 plus clients. And you know what they are saying? The recurring theme is, health and wellness of people is a priority. But you know what? Virtual is not real. Recorded is not live. We really need to live experiences. The other client is saying that our physical space is our culture's town square, main street, and community center. The home, it's not an office. So everyone is actually really looking into re-entry and how to get back to the office, in what shapes or forms. So we are working with our clients on it, and we started to plan for the workplace of the future, because one thing is certain, that the workplace will change. We did start to look at the plans for the workplace, and we are looking into the 3 phases. The first one is what everybody is thinking about right now. How to go back to the office. Is this immediate actions? The investment in the OPEX, operation costs, rather than CAPEX. People don't want to be spending money. Companies don't want to be spending big money right now to touchless experiences. They want to change people's behaviors. They want to look at the physical distancing, the behaviors in the lift, behaviors in the toilets, in the hygiene. You know, toilets are becoming a bigger problem than the lifts in terms of the social distancing. That's for the pre-vaccine component, the pre-vaccine time. Then the next stage that we are looking at is again before the pre-vaccine, where we all came back to the office, and we need to look into implement this interim solutions to the building and to the tenant experiences. So you know, we're looking at those new space typologies, the space standards, buildings of the future, and then the last one is reimagining the future and looking at the touchless experiences, the focus on health and wellness, etc. So, you know, pause for a second and imagine that we were told a year before that the pandemic is coming, right? But the world wouldn't be closed. People, we are smart, and we would prepare for this. At the moment, we have, you know, human cost, hundreds of thousands of lives. Economic cost, you know, it is estimated about $20 trillion US. So, you know, the whole thing is beyond the comprehension. So we would prepare for the vaccine. But no, we have a bigger problem, and the bigger problem is coming, and the bigger problem is a climate change. So are we, as a real estate community, are we working on the climate change vaccine? And you know, we as Gensler, because of our size, we do we can make a change. So we made a pledge at the UN summit that all our work will become completely carbon neutral over the next decade, and that's a huge huge change in the industry, and we hope the industry will follow. How we are doing it, and you know, think about this: there is a vast portfolio of office buildings that are derelict, that are applicable for the reuse. So the picture that you have right now, it's Portland House in central London. On the left-hand side, you see the old component. On the right-hand side, it's a new component of the office. It's basically repositioning the existing building stock in a smart way. Why this is important? Now, on the picture here, you can see on the right-hand side, you can see existing brutalist building, and then the big addition to the top, a change to the public realm, change to the top of the building. We are reducing CO2 emission by 54%. Comparing to the new build equivalent. So, you know, this is a big step into overall reduction of costs. Obviously, there will be new buildings as well. And if we are looking at the new buildings, with the new buildings, it's sort of going back to the basics of the low-tech buildings, but supplemented with high technology that is there. No, what is this low-tech building? Now we're looking at the sustainable materials, at the new materials. So the mass timber construction, that modular construction that allows for speed, allows for quality. Now this conditioning of the space with new technologies, we can really look how we can naturally ventilate the buildings. Exterior shading, very simple elements, but allows for big windows. Outdoor areas in the post-COVID era, we see, especially in China, that China came back to work. We see there is a lot of people that are using the outdoor spaces to work. So, you know, the provision of outdoor spaces is hugely important, and you know, creating carbon neutral buildings. This building here, it's the one that you've seen before. This is actually headquarters of a confidential client in Cheshire that we are working on right now. It will be probably built in 2022, and one of the spaces is this outdoor. Now, it's a series of outdoor terraces, and you know, because at the end of the day, it's all about people. So we are in this is our Gensler London headquarters. We moved in last year, and we started to implement. There was before COVID, but we started to implement those technologies. It's a repositioning of an existing old building from the 80s. We've added the top, the penthouse we created. We used the natural materials. We created connectivity to make sure that people can see the benefits of the new construction. And again, this is all about the people. So the title of my presentation was Back to the Future. And the reality is that while for the last 8 weeks, the whole world stopped, the whole world paused trying to resolve the here and now, we are now, when the curve starts to flatten, we all are starting to thinking about, back to thinking about the future, thinking about our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now I think Euron should introduce Mr. Adam Hotoni.